This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. Today, we're going to talk about staying positive while we're working. Staying positive and in good spirits while we're working. You know, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I make my coffee. I make my wife some coffee. I get my cigarette and I walk. I smoke my cigarette. I look up to the sky and say, "Thank you, Lord, for another day. Please keep me out of harm's way. And let me have a great day." That's what I do. I would go to work, do what I do. And you know, the funny thing is that when you go to work and you're in good spirits and everything, some people look at you like funny. Some people say, "How can you be all in good spirits when I got to do labor, physical labor?" Because that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. The first thing I learned to do is to learn everything about that company. Not only the product, what we do with it, how we make our money, where we ship it. I learned all facets of the job. The more information I learn about the job, the more value I am to that company. The more information I learn about the jobs for that company, the more valuable I become for that company. And by me showing by my actions that I'm there on time and I'm a hard worker, I get things done on time most of the time, and a lot of times I get it done early. I do not care what other people's rhetoric they share about people that are on a job or their opinion about the company. See, I didn't come there for all that. I came in to make me some money, to take care of myself and the people I love. That's it. How can I point out the bad things with the company and expect to still be there? Owners, management that been here 15, 20 years, they know the whole flow of the company. They know how it rolls. They know how it goes. So just because you're learning some things, you learn the job and you're learning some things, doesn't mean that you know everything that you need to know so you can grow in the company. Oh, people gonna rub you the wrong way. They're gonna talk about you. They talked about Jesus. They're gonna talk about you too. Is that important? Nah, not to me. You can all the talk you want about me. It doesn't affect my paycheck because I come to work with respect. I do my job with respect, and I do it as quick and as painless as possible. Because some people can make it real painful. People say, "Man, I've been working for this guy for 5 years. Man, we tight." I want you to understand this. Really do. Everybody that comes to work comes to make money for themselves and their family. So they can live the life that they choose to live. So they're capable of having the things that they need and they want. And they will do whatever it takes to keep that flow of money or try to climb that ladder so they get more money. Some people be comfortable where they're at, and some people are not. You know, interesting thing is that there's some people that you work at a company that they know everything that's going on. They talk about everybody. They talk about everybody's faults. They know it all. They know some of their personal business. They know the company business, and that's all they do. But I realize that when a person does that, they want you to keep the focus on what they're doing. They don't want you to know what they're doing. Keeping the focus off of themselves. Keeping the focus off themselves. Want you to look at somebody else's dirt because they don't want you to see the dirt that they're doing. So it's very important for me, when I was working 9 to 5, it was very important for me to come home, relax, because see, my home is my castle. This is where I have peace at. This is where I get rest at. And this is where I leave the outside world and come into my world. But here's the thing. I don't use my home to hide away from the world. Because I don't want to deal with certain things that I see. I learned to have acceptance of people, places, and things. Acceptance. Accepting that people are going to do what they want to do, regardless of anybody else's feelings but their own. So how do I keep myself in good spirits when Harry and Charlie don't come to work and all their work is loaded on me and I have a time limit to get all this done, plus I have my work? To me, that's an opportunity to show them what I'm capable of, how I understand how the company works, get it done, and still have time to spare. They will see that I've been paying attention to the company, how it's run, and how they do things. Let me swing this around a little bit. Some people get promoted to be supervisors or into management, and it goes to their head. They use their power to do what they want and to get what they want. And some of it's not company. It's all about self. Me personally, when I see that, I stay 1,000 miles away from that person. Because in my experience in management, those people self-destruct. And I sure don't want to be anywhere near you when you fall. I said, I want to be near you when you fall. Because you allowed your position to make you think that you're more than what you are, and you have more power. You think you have more power than you really have. I learned that if you're in management, you need to be humble. And you need to be firm. Example. Harry comes in late on Monday. He gives you an excuse. You believe him. He's been there for 7, 8 years, He's a good worker. Don't worry about it. 2 days later, Harry ain't at work. He didn't call until 12 o'clock, noontime. He tells you, he comes in, he says he got personal issues that needs his immediate attention. That's why he didn't come in. So the recycling company that I was working for, we were down on our numbers. Most of the time we operated at 75 to 85% of our staff. And when I got the position, I'm saying, how can I bring this up to 90, 95% in the realm that the company loves? I thought about it. So I called a meeting and I said, if you're going to be late, you need to call in an hour early. You should know if you're going to be on work time an hour before you get to work. If you have to take off, I need to know an hour prior. And if you can't do these things, then your punishment will be 2 days off 1 week and 1 day off the next week. And if you get this type of attitude less than 90 days, it's a strike against you. And if you get 3 strikes within a year, you're terminated. You know, people tried it, did it anyway, didn't care, didn't think that. They thought that their position was sound. They've been there a long time. They can do whatever they want. I just got the job. They feel that they've been there long. They should have got the job, and all kinds of mess was going on. I stuck to my guns. I made everybody sign the new rules. Everybody knew. You had paperwork. It's in your file. The signature's in your file. It's not like you didn't know. You know. I did not waver on my decision. If you broke the rule, you paid the penalty. I went up to 92%. It took about 3 weeks for it to get up to 92 because people would try to have excuses to try to get over without following the rules and regulations. And I stuck to my guns and I said, this is what we need to do. This is the plan. This is the way it's going down. There's no excuse. There's no easy way. We're not accepting nothing else but this. I know one guy, he cursed me out. Called me everything but the child of God. He gonna get another job. When his suspension was over, he was back to work. He became the best worker. I share this with you is that when you go to work, respect yourself. Respect the work that you do. Give it the best that you can. Because the interesting thing is that when I did that, I was respected. I felt good with myself because I was complimented, I received raises, and I ended up having a position with power. But the most important thing I did was, when I came home, I did not bring the job home. When I came home, I did not bring the job home. When I left the job, I left the job at the job. Even when I was in management, I left it at the job. I did everything I could do within my time that I worked. And what I couldn't get done, I waited till the next day. This is where I operated. Why? Because I wasn't trying to burn myself out. I wasn't trying to overwork myself. I gave them their time. I worked efficiently and quickly and got things done. But when I put that key in the car, Robert was gone. I'll think about the job when I get there an hour early before I start work. You hear what I said? I think about the job when I get there an hour early before I start to work. An hour early before I start to work. That's right. I would go to work an hour early. Ain't nobody hardly there. Most people ain't gonna come an hour early. But it gives me a moment to think about what I need to get done, what I didn't get done, and how I'm going to handle things. It made my day a whole lot easier. Because I tried, I start working 5 minutes. I'm flying to work, running in there, putting my lunch up, running there, running. So I get there on time? No. To me, that wasn't good for me. I got there early. I found out what needed to do for the day. Anything extra that needs emergency attention. Because I've learned working for any company, things have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. I worked in the construction business, and things change. It could go one way 5 minutes from now, or it can go in order to get changed and go another way 15 minutes from now. You have to be flexible. You have to pay attention. But understand this. For me, I do the best job that I can do. When I'm right, I express my feelings. But I always remember, it's not my company. I'm just a worker. Whether I'm in management or not, I'm still just working for the company. The profits don't come into my bank account for the company. I just earn a salary. The owner get all that good money. So he has the right to make a decision to do whatever he wants with what belongs to him. And just because I have that decision, that position, that I can make these decisions, doesn't mean that I'm bigger than who I am. Remember, take care of yourself. Show pride in your work. Show pride in whatever you do. Because if you do that, you'll stand out. And you'll be the best that you can be. And you always stay positive, having positive strokes. This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I'm glad you listened.